Hello and welcome to BJA Ceramics. Thank you again for joining me for another video. So today I am going to talk about Mayco Stroke and Coat Glaze. Now this is their speckled edition. Mayco makes some really great glazes. The Stroke and Coat is a bit different from the other ones, meaning that these glazes can be used as an underglaze and it can be a high fire. So you can fire these a low fire, which is an 04, or a high fire. So they're very versatile, and that's one great benefit of using these. And I'm going to use these today. I have 3 different colors that I'm going to work with today. Now, I'm going to show you a technique that I was inspired by another YouTuber on, I think it was YouTube, or it could have been Instagram. I'm not sure. But I was inspired by someone else's work, and I'm just going to put my little spin on it. So I'm going to use these 3 colors. The first one was Jaded. It was a speckled Jaded, and also Hot Tamale, speckled glaze, sorry. And then this Silver Lining, which is also a speckled. And maybe I might use a smoke for the inside of the mug. I'm not sure yet. I might change my mind at the once I get there, but we'll see what happens in the end. So I'm going to use these glazes, and we'll see what happens. Now, when I saw this video, I was, happy to see it because I have tons of stroke and coats that I have never used before. So this gives me an opportunity to use my stroke and coat. So I am going to glaze this mug. Now, the mug that you see it's not bisware. I have not fired it yet. So that's the great thing about this stroke and coat is that it doesn't have to be fired. This is greenware right here. So I'm going to glaze it as greenware, and it's going to turn out just fine. As I said, it can act as a underglaze. So I'm going to glaze this mug in 3 parts. One part, I believe I'm going to use the Hot Tamale, as you can see right now. Hot Tamale is going on first. Now, Hot Tamale, the speckles is a bit different from the rest of them. The speckles on the Hot Tamale is white. Once it's fired, you have these white specks on it. Unlike the other ones. The other ones look more like glitter, and true to the color that it is. Hot Tamale, I believe, is the only one that's the opposite, white dots on it. But it is still a nice glaze. So now I am applying my layer. And always, I like to mention about following the recommendations on your bottle. Because, it's always good to be safe, and if we're selling our work, we want to make sure that our customer is getting the best quality that we can possibly provide. So safety is always number 1 for me. So I'm going to apply my 3 coats to this. You probably won't see it in this video. I'm not going to show, I'm not going to let you wait for the glaze to dry, but that's the first layer of the Hot Tamale. And then I am applying the Silver Lining. Now I'm trying not to overlap. I don't think the other person overlapped on theirs. I'm not sure, but I did not want to overlap. I'm not sure what the results of that would have looked like, so I was just trying to play it safe. Maybe next time I'll take a chance, but I didn't want to take a chance this time. I just wanted to try to get it as perfect as I possibly could. And here is the Jaded speckle. As you can see, the speckles here are a little darker, and it looks like that when it's wet, but once it's fired, those specks are a bit darker, and it does look like glitter. The speckles are different colors. You see some reds in there, sometimes you see silver, I think, and green, and but it's a nice color, so it's fine. So now I'm deciding that I don't want too much of that green, the jaded on there. So I'm going to put a little more on there. And then I think I'm going to go back to my hot tamale and finish it off with hot tamale. And I'm just glazing the rim. The rims will have colors according to wherever the colors are. I'm going to paint it. The rim is going to be different colors. Okay, so I see the hot tamale has dried up, and it doesn't take them a long time to dry. So that's a good thing too. But it depends on which stroke and coat you're using. And as I said, I'm just going to finish it off with the hot tamale because I thought it would be pretty to have a red handle. Red for the holidays. Now I wanted these mugs to look very festive because, you know, I was making them for a show, and that show was in December. So I thought this would be a great idea for someone to purchase them for the holidays, because I thought it would look very festive for Christmas and New Year's and, you know, things like that. But you tell me at the end, when you see the results of them, do you think it can only be used for the holidays, or can it be used anytime? But it was designed for the holidays though. You'll see in a second. All right, so I've got all of my layers on there. So this is what it looks like. This is how I applied the colors. And hopefully it all turns out okay. So in the inside of my mug, I'm not sure if I want to use smoke, but I do have my go-to glazes that I use for the inside of my mugs. And I call them my go-tos because I know I won't have any problems like crawling or what is that other one that happens? The cracking. It's not called cracking. Grazing. I won't have that with these glazes. So that's my sapphire float, my mulberry, and there's another one that I like to use a lot, the indigo float. Where's my indigo float? I'll pull it up in a second. So those are some of my go-tos that I use for the inside of my mugs because I know it's going to come out okay. So I'm not going to use stroke and coat for the inside. Oh, there's my indigo float. Okay. So those are my go-to glazes for the inside. And then, like I said, I love contrast. I don't want everything to look the same way. I want to have different colors throughout my work. All right, so here is the finished results. And I forgot to mention that I did put the honey flux on the rim just to add a little bit of a kick to it. And I think they turned out really nice. As you could see on the hot tamale, you could see the white specks a little bit there. Now, let me tell you, the camera does no justice. You have to see these in person to really appreciate it. So, what can you do? But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing and liking the video. And I load a video up every Monday. So stay tuned for another video. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I will sure to answer them. Thank you so much for watching.